Yo, what is up guys, Face here and welcome back to another video. So in today's video I'm going to be going over the CS-52 Lis, a tier 7 premium Polish medium tank. Now, most of you know about this tank as it is currently in an event called the Big Boss Expedition Quest. You can get this tank for free playing either 200 wins and or 65 wins, depending on how many battles you have done in the past month or so. And if you don't know much about the event, you have 2 days left, and if you would try and see if you would like to know how to complete the event, I do have a review on that event and how it all works out, and how to get your hands on this tank. But anyways, let's head straight into a game. I'm not going to go over the stats or anything, because the stats are very different to how this tank plays. Most tanks you can really read the stats and identify how it's going to play. However, this tank is very different. When I first read through the stats, I thought it was going to be your generic medium tank. However, it is not. It has a pretty good alpha damage, which you can see already, but in the game it actually runs a lot higher than I thought it would. You can hit 300 rolls very sequentially, and it's very nice. Now, our first game is in a tier 8 game, and as of every tier 7, you don't really want to be up tiered or bottom tiered, and so we are currently bottom tier, and that is because this tank has awful pen. I'm going to say that and put that out right there right now, because the pen is nothing fantastic. If this tank had a great pen, then I think it would be a fantastic choice for all of you to try and get. I don't know what that Barask is trying to do, but as you can see, we bounced 2 shells there, and very easily, because this tank does have armor to medium tanks, which is very nice as long as you're held down like I am right now. The upper plate on this tank is very steep, allowing you to get some very nice bounces, and the turret armor, while it's very good, it can still be penned, but these tanks over here will have a very hard time penning me if they tried. Now we clear this K91, and we're gonna go try get this Barask over here, see if he can not put 2 shells into me. He bounces another shell on me. Now the armor is not as fantastic as it may seem right now. You can still get pinned pretty reliably as long as you're not as long as you're held down and sure. Oh my god, what is this M41 doing? Don't know what his plan was, but he kind of just ruined my shell on that Skoda over there. Maybe we can clear him. Not quite. There's 4 people left, so we should just rush in. And as you can see, the tank, while it has no gun depression, gun is pretty good. It hits pretty good and pretty hard. And the only problem I would say is that it's not that accurate as you would probably want it to be for a medium tank. And as you can see, it's also not that fast for a medium tank. But it does have armor, so I give it credits for that. It doesn't really need to be extremely fast if it does have decent armor. Now, if you find yourself being in a tier 6 game, I would definitely play this tank as a heavy tank, because it does have armor. In a tier 8 game, it won't get as many bounces as you would if you were in a tier 6 game. However, it still gets some pretty good bounces, as you saw with that Barask. Now, I am having very bad packet loss as of now. Not sure what is causing it, but hopefully, and we should still be able to get the win on this game. And we weren't able to get a last kill on, well, the kill shot on that IS-6, but maybe on this IS-5 if we are lucky enough. I'm going to load an APCR round just in case, and yeah, there we have it. First game's done. As you can see, I'm using the new camouflages from the Battle Pass. I think they look very sweet on this tank. And first game, I don't think we did massive damage, but you must know that you won't really manage to get a lot of high damage games in this tank, since its reload is fairly and very slow. For 10 seconds or 9-second reload using calibrated shells, yeah, it's quite slow. Now, it also has awful gun depression, meaning you cannot get your gun down in most situations, which can be quite annoying. However, the armor on the tank kind of makes it it's fine, I guess, but the armor is definitely, and it can fall apart fairly quickly. That lower plate can be penned by absolutely everybody. So because of that gun depression, it means that you're probably going to show your lower plates a lot often without realizing it. And because of that, I don't think this tank is really the greatest tier 7s you can probably play. It's a lot better than the Eagle that came out in the last event. So I will give that to Wargaming. They did release a better tank for you guys to get for free. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of it if you have already gotten it. Personally, I don't like tier 7, but this tank is not too bad. It can play as a heavy tank or a medium tank, which I think is really cool. You don't have many tier 7 tanks that can do that. Now, I'm not sure where the enemy is as of now. My team is pushing pretty aggressively, so I'm going to take it as if their entire team is at C. Obviously, no one's been spotted yet, so we are still blind. I'm going to try to see if we can get some sort of spotting for our team. There is a CS-52 Lis on the enemy team. He seems to be AFK as of now, so maybe I can show the armor. As you can see, that upper plate and the turret is very strong. Obviously, at this angle, it's going to be even stronger than it would be if I was front-facing it. And okay, somehow bounced him, but the main way that you want to get bounces from this tank is directly facing your enemy. If you're facing them directly on, then it gives you the highest chance of actually making them bounce you. Because the armor, while on the sides, is absolutely awful. You will be penned through the sides, no problem. But you can somewhat side scrape, but the least amount of over angling will get you penned for sure. And we are having very bad packet loss right now, but we should still be able to pull this game out. Now, obviously, I'm a tier 7 tank, and that is a tier 8 Lover, which is 10 times better than this tank in every means. And like I said, the pen on this tank is pretty awful, so don't expect to get many bounces. I'm waiting for him to shoot, so I can maybe get a shell out. As you can see, the pen, like I said, is absolutely awful, but we managed to slit a shell right into that little tiny speck of gray in his tank. Now there's the IS. He does miss me. I was trying to get a little juke out of him to see if he'll try and shoot me. As you can see, the pen is absolutely god awful, and that is how it is with this tank. You are a medium tank, you must remember that. So when you do play it as a heavy tank, only do it in tier 6 games, since that will give you the highest opportunity to make your enemies bounce, and also for you to get the pens in. Now there's the IS-6. The alpha on this tank is fantastic. I don't know if I mentioned it already. It is very great, and it's way different to many of the other tier 7 medium tanks that you'd usually play. That's like 363 max roll. That is so nice to do in a medium tank at tier 7. Now maybe we can get an HE roll into him, killing him for 338, and that's why a high alpha really helps. Now you won't do massive damage in this tank. I'm not sure if I mentioned that either, since I've done this video many takes already. And yeah, so the damage per minute on this tank is very bad for a tier 7 medium tank, and the reload is very slow. But because of that alpha, it means that you can outtrade most of the enemies that you are going to come up against, especially if you're going to go heavy, be a heavy in tier 6 games. Then you will outperform and out deep damage. Well, alpha, your alphas will out damage your opposing heavy tanks at tier 6, which is very nice. Unless you're versing a KV1, because obviously, and a KV2. But anyways, that's a CS-52 Lis review. My quick review on the tank is that if you aren't able to get this tank, if you're not able to grind it out in this event, don't stress, because it's not fantastic. It's not the best tier 7 in the game by any means, and so I don't think you're really missing out on anything, if I do say so myself. But if you do have it, I kind of taught you guys how to quickly angle the tank. You can side scrape in it, but don't do it reliably, because it won't work out for you that much. You need to just take advantage of the upper plate on this tank and its turret armor, and at least try use the gun depression that this tank does have, which is not a lot, like you saw. But anyways, it's an okay vehicle. Definitely not my favorite tier 7. A lot better than their last event tank that they released. So I do say that that is an up for wargaming. But anyways, if you did enjoy this video, you can like and subscribe. It really helps me out, and I greatly appreciate it. We just hit 400 subs, so I can't thank you guys more. If you guys can comment and all that, it really helps the video reach new people. And if you did enjoy it, like I said, you can subscribe. It really helps me out. And I'll check you guys later. Peace.